Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So, making sure I'm doing my videos today because I fell off the wagon on that a little bit too, right? But I want to talk about, I did this video on bullshit, on believing your own bullshit. And I promise you in that video that I do another video talking about falling off, like the danger, another danger of this. And this one, that one I want to talk about believing or eating your own bullshit. This time I want to talk about what can happen, like the real danger of that, which is that you can fall off this precipice and never come back, right? This happens a lot of times. It's happened to me once before. I don't even remember the circumstances because there was a time period. I mean, since I was in high school, I started lifting weights, started running, getting in shape and really becoming athletic. And I followed that through college and then, into the beginning of my career. And at some point, I just I don't know, I stopped for a week or something, started eating some crap. And then at some point, all of a sudden, I was like, I think I went a year without doing any kind of exercise and just eating crap. I mean, there's various reasons why this has happened. It's happened more than once in my life, but in different areas. But I see this all the time, and you see this all the time with a lot of professional athletes, a lot of people that were like, you're like, what the fuck happened to you? And so I was in the danger of this today, right? Like I said in the other video, I just finished up a run, about a 6.2 mile, a 10K run, and it was hard, okay? It's because I haven't run in about 2 weeks. I've been running like 40 miles a week. This should be easy shit, but I've been eating crap and I hadn't run. I couldn't run because of an injury. But now that I'm back, I had that feeling today. I almost felt like, man, I'm not even gonna run today. I'm just gonna keep eating junk, right? And every day it gets worse and worse, right? So when I went down this path of eating the junk and eating bad food and not sticking to my diet plan, I just kept on feeling worse about myself and beating myself up. And then that led to me looking honestly for something that was gonna make me feel better, which is gonna be being a lazy ass and eating shit, right? Because that always makes you feel better, temporarily, then you feel worse. And it's that downward spiral. And then, the run was hard. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I'll stop early in the run, right? All these thoughts went through my head, and then I finally had to snap out of it and say, look, John, this is dangerous. Like, where you're at, what's happening right now, if you go down this fucking path, if you decide that you're just gonna say fuck this run, right? Like I did this video on how you live one day is how you live every day, right? And that's so important because that's the truth of it, right? If I go down this path, if I make this choice, say, I'm just really not feeling it, maybe I'll feel it tomorrow. I'm not going to feel it tomorrow. It's going to be worse tomorrow. It's going to be worse the next day, right? You got to make the choice now and you got to stop yourself. So the danger in indulging, right? Especially a non-calculated indulge. It doesn't mean that you can't indulge at different times, right? Like I think cheat days are somewhat important to diets as long as you don't overdo it and as long as you don't do it too often and you're still making progress and you're working hard the rest of the time and you're not living for the cheat day. I think those are important. But those are calculated indulgences. And so if I said, hey, 2 weeks I'm not gonna be able to lift weights or run, I'm gonna, give myself a few days of cheat meals or something like that, or I'm gonna increase my calories, but I'm gonna mostly have it come from healthy foods, that'd be a different thing, right? Or if I had a plan of, okay, I'm gonna start running again and I'm gonna start lifting, right? So that I have a calculated indulgence. But when you don't have that, when you don't have it and you let it go, the longer it goes, the further you go out. I think of it as like almost like an astronaut. Let me make sure my battery's not dead. Okay, I'm good. It's probably gonna die pretty soon, but I think of it as like an astronaut with a tether, to the spaceship. And it's like the further you get out, or think of maybe a jet ski or something with a tether, right? And the further you get out, the more likely that line is to snap, and the further you'll be from the boat, from the spaceship. And if you're out there, right, and you're too far out there and that tether snaps, it's going to be really hard for you to get back, right? So you got to have that tether. And I've talked about tethers. I think that I did this video when I first grew my mustache for when I came back from China, because I created that as a tether. I did this band. I still have this band from UPW, by the way, which was a tether because I didn't get down to where I was right before that goal. So it's important to have something, but like I said, the further away that you go, the more that you go down this path, the more likely it is that you'll never come back. And that's a real danger. I had a friend I was just talking to, and he was talking about actually doing a series of videos where he was going to de-transform himself, where he's going to become a fat, shy slob, afraid to talk to girls and all this stuff, and he's like the Mac, whatever. He's got his thing, right? He's a pretty awesome guy, but he's like he was actually a coach for RSD for real social dynamics. But anyway, I was talking to him, and he was thinking about doing that, and I was like, man, he's like, do you think this is a good idea? And then he's going to show how he comes back. And I was like, oh yeah, I think it's a great idea. It's awesome. Like, that'd be just phenomenal content. But here's the thing: the big danger in that, the reason why I would say don't do this, is because the danger in that is that you'll never come back. That you'll go down this path, and you'll go over that precipice, and there's like this point of no return. And we could talk about this from a psychological perspective too, because I strongly believe that from a psychological standpoint, this can happen majorly too, right? You can snap and lose your sanity. I think a lot of people do it. There's like a certain point that you can go over where you just get, you see a lot of the people on the street where it's like, at some point they indulge too much into some fantasy, into some anger, into some hatred, and they got to a point of no return. So I would just caution you, okay, just from personal experience, right? I'm coming back here, right? I'm not giving up. I'm not throwing in the towel. Like, I caught myself, but I felt it. I looked over the edge. Like I said, I looked into the abyss, and the abyss looked back into me. That's what happened. I looked over the edge today, and I said, wow, you were this close. Like, you could have basically gotten to the point where you said, fuck it, right? And you didn't do your workouts anymore, and you just started eating like shit, right? So in fact, I'm still in the danger zone, to be honest with you. At this point, recording this video, I'm still in the danger zone because I haven't made the recovery. I haven't gotten momentum. Watch my video on momentum. If you have momentum, is really important. I'm gonna do some things to make sure I get momentum. This run helped, these videos helped, right? But I haven't gotten momentum yet. Hopefully, I'll eat right tonight. I'll do my fasting tomorrow, and I'll get back on track, get my lifting on Monday. Then I'll have enough momentum, hopefully, to carry me through. Then I'll be out of the danger zone. But right now, I'm still in that danger zone, and it's a bad place to be. So watch out. Obviously, this could apply to multiple areas of your life. I see people do it with their career all the time. See people do it with their blogs, with their with their studying, learning something, learning a language. Whatever it is, college especially, right? Grades, all this shit. Anything that you're trying to pursue that's hard, writing a book, I could go on and on, creating a side project, you lose that momentum, and you stop or you indulge, and that little break ends up becoming an eternity because you fall off the precipice and you can't come back. So be careful. Don't let that happen, right? Just a little bit of a warning from your brother John. All right. That's enough. If you like this video, click that subscribe button below, and watch all my other videos and stuff. All right, I'll talk to you next time. Take care.